So this is Jayson Tatum. You've all probably heard about him, the young promising talent who is now an all-star, most likely an all-NBA candidate, and will probably be the future of the NBA alongside other young stars like Zion, Luka, Trey, and more. We all knew he had this potential, but it's just mind-blowing to think how a guy who had been seen as overrated last season, a player who takes too many mid-ranges, for example, inefficient at the rim, being compared to and often seen worse than Kyle Kuzma, turned into such a dominant force today. Let's just say he shut all the critics' mouths up, as he's been unbelievable this season. Well, this is the shot clock, and before we get into Tatum's improvements, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be alerted on future vids I make, and leave a comment down below on more vids you'd like me to make. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at Tatum's scoring. So the first thing we have to look at this season is his shot selection. In the past, Jayson Tatum would end up taking very long twos, but now he has traded these twos for threes and drives to the basket. He has increased his 3-point attempts over 3 a game, shooting 7 threes a game compared to his 4 last year, and he's maintained his efficiency at 40% while being a high volume shooter. He has taken away his mid-range by reducing his percent of mid-range points by 7% and increased his percent of threes attempted and points from there by 8%. So let's take a look at Tatum's shot chart for last season, the 2018-19 season. Tatum, as you can see here, Tatum was taking a lot of mid-range shots and long twos that, quite frankly, weren't really needed, especially in Brad Stevens' offense. Now, if you take a look at the shot chart in this 1920 season, you can see that Tatum has traded those long twos for more 3-point attempts, which is nice. His trainer, Drew Hanley, has a lot to do with his improvement, so shout out to him. Over the summer, he helped improve his handle, thus creating more separation from his defender. They did loads of drills to work on his 3-point shot that included shuffle outs, run out to the 3-point line, and Tatum would calmly drain them. I think this has helped in Tatum's off-ball movement. As he cuts pretty nicely, he comes off pinned down, so he seems a whole lot more comfortable and composed out there. I think we all knew that Tatum could also finish at the rim, but it wasn't a matter of whether he could. It was just the fact that Tatum wouldn't really want to do so. Instead, he would just opt for the long two. And it was frustrating as a viewer to watch because we all knew he had that lengthy, slippery type frame that could allow him to just glide and finish around defenders. And I'm so glad that he does now. So we're just starting to see Tatum's finishing skills on a larger scale. He has a series of floaters, euros, up and under moves, spin moves that are so pretty to watch. His points in the paint have increased from 6.3 last season to 8.9 this season. When Tatum drives to the basket, Tice, who's the Celtics small ball big, often seals off the big man, leaving Tatum to an uncontested layup, which I'm sure he would probably take rather than his fading contested mid-range in the pick and roll situations last season. Lastly, let's speak on Tatum's isolation and pick and roll scoring. He has made 53% of his field goals in isolation compared to his 41.4% last season. This really has to do with all the new moves in his bag and his very tight handle. Jayson Tatum has utilized the sidestep as his primary option in isolation, as a way to create more space to get a shot off without having to generate more power, since he's only moving to the side and not stepping back. Other moves I noted were his jabs, his hesitations, and his step backs. Now, he is one of the NBA's most efficient scorers, having an elite 1.1 points per possession in pick and roll and isolation. And the next forward who ranks on that list is LeBron at 11th. Now, I don't think all this would have been possible if Kyrie was still there. And when Kyrie left, I think Boston were looking for that guy who would really emerge and make them serious contenders. And now they have it in Tatum. This is the rare case of when a team gets better when their superstar leaves. And fortunately, it happened to Boston. Tatum's hard work has been rewarded. As you can see, his coaches and his teammates really trust him to be that guy, as his usage rate has gone up to 28% compared to his 22% last year. His touches have gone from 6th in the team to 1st this year. Tatum is definitely the man for the C's, as he's averaging career highs in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, which is crazy. The only reason I can't call him a superstar just yet is because we need to see him do it for a longer stretch of time and deliver on bigger stages. we did get a glimpse though of what he is about to become, as in the month of February, with 12 games played, he averaged 30 with 49, 48, 77 shooting splits, with notable performances against the Lakers and Jazz, where he scored 41 points and 39 points, thus leading to him being awarded the Player of the Month in the Eastern Conference. Now, we've only covered his scoring and his offensive side of the ball, but let's just take a look at his defense, which is just as interesting. Tatum's defensive excellence is not just a one-game mirage thing where one game he's really good, let's say he gets 2 steals, 3 blocks, and next game is being blown by his defender and is a liability. No, it's not like that. He's been consistent all season long on the defensive end, particularly as a help defender. He has the best defensive rating among Boston starters, and his defensive real plus minus, an advanced metric that estimates a player's impact on defensive performances, is the 3rd best in the NBA, trailing just LeBron James and Chris Dunn. Tatum had great defensive performances on Kawhi, Jimmy Butler for example. He's an excellent help defender. He's very long and versatile and can guard 3 through 5, and has learned how to utilize his wingspan to his advantage. He times his help defense better, often coming from the blind side of offensive players, and either steals the ball or makes him commit a bad pass leading to a turnover. He provides good help around the elbows and foul line, often disrupting kickout passes to shooters after he collapses on them. This allows him to sag off his man a bit more, and also turns defense into offense through fast break buckets. His defensive IQ is very high. Often he tricks offensive players into making bad passes by stunting towards the ball, but really just sitting or anticipating any pass coming, and that leads to more turnovers. Tatum's defense has been very essential to why Boston have the 4th best defensive rating at 106.2. So there you have it, guys. This is Jayson Tatum's notable improvements for this season. He is a very young, exciting player to watch. He has really improved his help defense and has modernized his game by taking more threes and drives to the basket instead of the long 2. And the best part about it is, this is nowhere near his actual ceiling. Now, in terms of things he could work on, it could probably be his playmaking and on-ball defense, and that's the scary part about him. He's still nowhere close to his actual potential, and when he maximizes that potential he has, I can see him leading the Celtics to a title while being, the primary option, and winning multiple Finals MVPs and MVPs. Well, Celtic fans, it seems like you have your franchise player, and look out for him this Orlando bubble, because I have a feeling he is going to pick up right where he left off before the season was suspended. So this is the Shot Block. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, leave a comment if you like. Have a great day, and don't forget to stay safe during this pandemic, and I'm out.